Signs that you're in a toxic friendship.
Oh, holy shit, where to begin?
Well, bitch, when they don't care when you tell them they've hurt you.
I don't know what it is, but every time I see the bitch I flip. Somebody must have told her Vogue is sick. Somebody need to tell her that she need to quit. I don't know what you've been told, but every time you spin, bitch, you lose control. And every time you dip, girl, you break your back. That ain't cunt. You're supposed to be soft with that.
Signs that you are in a toxic friendship. When you are friends with somebody and the whole time they're giving you like little signs that they really don't see it for you. Every time you come up with a new idea, they talk about how bad it is, or they're always making, like, taking digs at you, or have something offensive to say about you all the time, and it's just like, well, it's just a joke, or I didn't mean it. Or like when you reach out and you need them to genuinely support you, and when it's like a time of need for you, they're never there. You can never depend on them. You can never call them, because I'm a big believer that the universe will always send you a sign. And I know I was in a situation where me and the person are no longer friends, but throughout the entire friendship, there were just little signs and little hints there. But because I was so interested in being a friend to them and just supporting them, I was too blind to see that maybe I should have fell back a little bit.
If everything about the friendship has become about your transition, that's toxic, I feel like, because you want your friend to be there for you as a person, to be close with. I think friendships are really important, especially for trans people, so that, like, if you're just going through, like, I'm having depression today, you know what I mean? That they're not gonna make it about your transition. Even if you're starting out transition and, like, you're not passing and you're very cocky, make sure they treat you as a woman. If they're outing you to everyone, be like, this is my trans friend. I'm your friend and I'm a woman. Let's get that straight. Or they'll like fetishize you. They'll be like, this is the goddess. This is, you know, this is my goddess friend. This is my diva friend. This is my, you know, really, you know, femme friend. And, you know, they'll, at the end of the day, they don't see you as who you are. They just see you as someone playing with makeup. You know what I mean?
Hey everybody, it's me, Michelle Pinata.
It's for me to decide when to come out as trans to other people. And make sure they defend you. If someone's misgendering you, if someone's coming at you, if they're not defending you, then I don't know if they're really your friend.
Another sure tell sign that you're in a toxic friendship is when it's always a competition. It's always, you know, comparing and contrasting in every spectrum or a lot of spectrums. You know, it's not a competition with your friends, honey. You know, you all are supposed to be different. It's nothing worse than a gang of the same types of bitches, spiritually, mentally, physically. You know, damn girl, get your own life. So that competition shit, leave it on the ballroom floor. Or leave it at your universities and academies and places where they'll matter, because it's no room for toxic competition with your friends. Like, it's okay for your homegirl to be cute, you know? If you want to be that girl, step your pussy up and do what it is that you need to do for you to make sure that your hair and your makeup and everything is cute, you know?
Some people are friends for convenience or what they can get out of you. If you find that people are only around when it's benefiting them, and don't get me wrong, yes, friendship should you know, benefit. You should benefit from your friends if you can, if they can put you on, or if you can put them on, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But yeah, but if you're always giving and it's always they're only calling you to take from you, and if it's not even just always financially, if they're just draining you of your energy, always calling, being negative, you know, or with some drama, or always with a problem, if they're never calling to say how are you, or, you know, just to see what's going on, you know, you don't need those types of people. Try to surround yourself with people who feed you like you feed them. It's very important.
Like, you can have your, like, friends that are, like, you know, just acquaintances that you go out with sometimes and it's fun. But if you want someone to be close with you, you have to make sure that, you know, you're doing some work too, but they're doing a lot of work as well to like make the friendship work, because friendships at the end of the day are like family. And being trans, like, a lot of, you know, family is not going to agree with you, and you want to make sure that your friends that are close to you treat you like family and aren't embarrassed by you, will come to your place and, you know, hang out with you, and you can go to their place whenever, and you can text, and if they're like wanting to go out, that they're not going to leave you at the club by yourself, unable to get home when you had arrangements already because they want to go hook up with someone. Or if you go to their place and we're gonna go out and have fun, but they're like, I want to stay here actually, I just want to sit inside.
Oh, her friend doesn't want to be seen with you.
Yeah. If they don't want to be seen with you, it's time to drop them. You need to have friends that really, they want to go and have fun with you. They want to go do things with you. They will be there for you. They'll be there for you financially. They'll be there for you emotionally. They'll be there for you mentally when they can.
When you reach a goal or you reach an achievement and you go to tell your friend about it and they don't congratulate you, they either are shady towards you or they try to bring up how you didn't include them or how you didn't think about them in that moment, and it's like, Miss Thing, this is about me, like, this is my moment, this is, you know, how I've elevated or how I've grown up. You're in a toxic friendship when you can't trust your man around your friend.
Yeah, why is that the problem?
It's a problem because he's my fucking boyfriend.
You told me that you guys were never really together. That's bullshit.
Are you fucking serious?
Cause I just believe that I should be able to leave like my man around you and not have to worry about whether you want to try to make a pass at him or if he does something that you're not going to shut it down or bring it back to me. But I'm just the type of person, I just wouldn't even put my friend or my man in a situation to like be together anyway, because that's just another can of worms. When you tell them personal business or different little secrets that you have between each other and then you hear them from other people that you're not necessarily close to, and it's just like, just on the strength, like, information like that should be confidential.
It becomes toxic when you feel it. If you're not, we have to learn to trust our intuition more. You're not crazy. If you're feeling or thinking something, a lot of the times it's probably what's going on. And people want to say that you're paranoid or you're being crazy because you address something or you call something out. But if you see something wrong, don't just, you know, always turn the other cheek or turn a blind eye that you don't see what's going on. You know what's going on, you feel it, and address it. You will be better off, you know, than dealing with stuff and just taking shit off of people. Get what you deserve.
If you begin to have conflict or have situations where you start to feel like, damn, I gotta watch this bitch. I think that also you want to look out for those friends who never really have a whole lot of positive shit to say, you know, about you, about your situation, or really even about being of assistance to you to help you be the best possible version of yourself. Because every friend that you have should want to see you shine. Every friend that you have should want to see you do well, to prosper, to grow, because a real true friendship is a seed that they themselves have sown and in a garden that they should be tending to and taking care of and maintaining and making sure that the weeds stay out of it and the stray animals, the scavengers. So, you know, if you notice that the person doesn't really have a lot of respect for you, you know, come into your home and make themselves very comfortable as if they pay bills there go right into your refrigerator, feel entitled to things that you have worked hard for, or even not entitled to minimize something that you've worked hard for. Oh, your little apartment, your little TV, your little stove, anything, they'll minimize it. That's a toxic friend. She's not your friend, girl. If your twin size bed that you've worked so hard for the last month to pay for so that you don't have to sleep on your wood floor anymore. If that's your little, I see you finally got you a little bed, start watching her, because a friend who really cared about you would be over the moon. They would know how hard you worked for that twin size bed. They would know everything that you have been through leading up to that point and why it was so important for you to even brag about it in the first place. That's not my situation. I'm just the analogy queen. So do not try me in the comment section, bitch.
So you got a king size bed. California king bed.
Bitch, when they don't care when you tell them they've hurt you is a very important and telltale sign that you're in a toxic relationship. If there have been issues and you have spoken on them and you have said, hey, this is how I feel about something, or this is how something makes me feel. If they don't respond in a loving and caring way, and you've decided to let your guard down in a way that you perceived it to be a safe space so that it will be effectively communicated so that you guys could move on and it would not be this issue ever again, and they sweep it under the rug and don't acknowledge it, it's a toxic friend. Someone who loves you will care about what hurts you. Someone who loves you and who's a true friend to you, it would matter to them how they maintain the relationships, because all relationships, whether it's a friendship, whether if it's minuscule association, if you're just riding on the train with someone, whether it's your boss, family member, lover, friend, all of those relationships require compassion. It requires empathy, and it requires effective communication. So if the person can't even understand that I've been hurt or you've been hurt in that situation and put their ego aside, their pride aside, or whatever pedestal or glass house, however you want to put it, if they can't put that aside, she's not your friend, and let that bitch go. That's happened to me a lot personally in the past few years, and it gets hard and it gets challenging because you think that these people love you, and as we get older, no matter your gender, no matter your race, hopefully you grow to lose expectations for people, because humans are all fallible. However, there are still things that are required of you. You're still required to respect the rules to the game of friendship. It's not a game, but you understand my analogy, so don't play with me in the comment section, bitch. It's not a game. However, it's rules to it, especially if this is someone who cares for you. So if they don't listen to you when you say, hey, I didn't like what you did, and they sweep that shit under the rug, you need to start making your exit, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I had a friend, someone I was friends with before transitioning. We actually met on Grindr, and we just never hooked up. We just hung out. Like, that was just what happened. We ended up being friends. I started transitioning. He was like, he was always like joking about being trans, and then I like finally came out, and he's like, oh, okay. I didn't know that you wanted to do that, but that makes sense. And honestly, whenever we would hang out, he would just make everything be about like transition stuff. And first of all, I think this has to do with just like basic friendships in general. Like he wouldn't ever come visit me. I would have to go visit him. He would never support me. Like if I needed help financially, he would never be there for me, even though he made a lot more money than I did. I feel like that was wrong. I think people who are making a lot more money than us as trans women should be financially supportive. That's just how I think, honestly. Like, not because they owe us, but honestly, since people owe trans people a lot. They've been like torturing us for fucking decades. You know, like, yeah, I think cis people definitely, you know, if you have a cis friend and they're not helping you your day-to-day life, if they're not helping you to find a job when you need it, if they're not being a good friend, drop them. A lot of gay spaces who say it's queer spaces, they make no room for trans women. Like sex parties, it's all like cis sexual. It's all like gay men going at it. There's no way, you know, you're a trans woman, you're on the sidelines just like watching people and like, okay, I guess no one's here for me. You know what I mean?
They need to make space for us at the sex parties, goddammit.
Yeah, make space for trans women at the sex parties.
This is a major issue.
It is. I think it is. I mean,
no, it's but and a lot, even at Pride, it's gay pride.
Yeah.
Really, we're calling it gay pride.
It's gay pride. You know, I don't even go to Pride anymore. This past year I was gonna go to the Queer Liberation March, which is much more inclusive, and it's like fighting against the corporate world that is like taking advantage of LGBTQ folks and using it as like a promotional opportunity when we're still facing violence and murder every day, politically, personally, in relationships, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
If you're looking for friendships and if you're looking for community, it's not the sex clubs, it's not the sex parties, it's not where people engage in sexual activity or dealing with men that fetishize us, you know what I mean? If you really want community, you know, like go to like the ballroom scene or something like that, or like get to meet some friends online, catch up with them over some like coffee or dinner, or like meet in person. That in itself is already creating community right there, you know? Don't go to these sex parties. Like, you're not gonna find community there, you know? You might find some friends you might make over there, but it's not gonna be a real healthy relationship you're gonna cultivate with people. I'm surprised when I was first getting to know some people within the community that I began into some of the most toxic relationships I probably would have ever come across so far in my life right now. I remember I met one of my friends who will remain anonymous, you know, for the sake of their privacy, and I met them at a party in Brooklyn. It was sort of like a common connection, they were common friends, but I remember thinking to myself, like, I want to get to know this girl, like, I want to get to know the girls, like, let's see what this life is about, let's see what community is. I want to feel that presence, you know, I want to feel that, really that sense of belonging with somebody. Yeah, yo, she was not the right person to do that with, or she was not the right person to be able to provide that with, because the very specific side of the community she showed me wasn't something that I expected, or nor do I think it's a very healthy atmosphere or safe atmosphere for people like us. So my friend invited me to this after party somewhere in Williamsburg. You know, she said it was gonna be in a loft, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, after party, Williamsburg, loft, check, 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 I'm in, I'm down, let's go. But the minute we walked in, I noticed something was kind of off. It was a little shady, and I remember thinking to myself, I just heard this loud pounding music coming from all the way down the hallway, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, that's gotta be it. But I remember the minute those doors slid open, it was just a really dark, dingy ass apartment where all of these guys and other girls like us, or not even girls like us, literally just seemed some of the absolute weirdest stuff in there. A lot of transvestites, a lot of cross-dressers that very much fetishize being in that feminine space or persona, I guess, were the ones that were predominantly at these parties. And some other trans women in there as well, but let me put it to you this way. These are called, and I hate this word, tranny parties. And they're basically sex parties. You know, it was being hosted at this one person's apartment that decided to, you know, loan their personal space for all these men and women to get together and do whatever the fuck is they want. It was just mad ratchet. I remember, like, people were just like, there were all these like bedrooms and stuff like that were like curtained off with sheets, but you heard everything coming from in there. I heard like pounding noises, I heard moans, and I was like, this feels mad dirty. I was like, I did not see this shit coming. But it was kind of scary because I realized, and especially when I was with my friend there, that this is a reoccurring thing. Like, they come to these spaces a lot. I don't know whether it is like find community there or just to get some, you know, maybe a bit of both, because in a way you do kind of get, you know, you do kind of get that. But holy shit, it's a really dangerous space to be in, despite it being touted as being very safe for girls like us. because you're dealing with a ton of down low men that are already insecure enough about who they are as it is, and you put them all together in the same room, fighting over the same girls, or just trying to work up the courage to talk to somebody and feeling already like defensive and insecure as it is, like shit's always gonna go down. And every time I did go with her to these spaces, it always would. I'd only go with her to these spaces because I was like, something could happen to you. Girls like us in the community, we get attacked all the time. I don't want it to be in a position where the one night I'm not there with you, or I'm not in this sort of space with you, you get attacked. That's gonna come on me. And, well, I thought it was gonna come on me. I thought it was like, I'm the guilty one. I should have been the one to look out after her. And I don't know if she just was unaware of the fact that she was sort of abusing that relationship a little bit with me, but I was really the one looking out after her, and she was doing X, Y, and Z, the absolute most of like all these other guys, random hookups, a lot of unsafe, unprotected sex, and she'd always cry to me the next morning, you know, sobbing on the phone like, why did I do this? You know, like, why did I use a condom? Why did I use protection? Like, I can get sick. And she hasn't gotten sick, but I'm telling her, if you keep doing this, you will eventually. It's gonna catch up to you. Especially if you're doing, especially in a dirty ass place like this, you don't know what people are bringing into these sort of, you know, sex clubs and spaces. That's like a venereal disease for like this. It's a hotspot for venereal disease. Okay, it's mad nasty. But eventually, I think right around Pride Month 2, I decided that this is it. I just gotta cut her off right then and there. I remember by accident, I bumped into her somewhere by West 4th. I was actually waiting for another friend to go to the bars with, but I was like, you know what? I'm a little lit right now, so like, you know, I'll give you all the benefit of the doubt. But I remember as we were getting in line and every other bar that we'll hop into, this bitch is being mad shady. She's like demanding shots and drinks from me, and I'm just like, I don't owe you shit. And again, she's getting into the hookups. You know, she's with all these like this other 3-4 other guys, sometimes at once, and I'm just kind of staring at her like, you're doing this right in front of me. I feel like it's disrespect for me, it's disrespectful to you. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm done with your bullshit. You're not gonna guilt trip me into whatever it is you may end up doing, and you're not gonna drag me along to whatever space you're gonna, you know, take me to. You're not gonna drag me down with you. So I'm done with this person. So keep in mind, bottom line is, I think no matter where you go, even sometimes within the community, go with people, surround yourself with people that you like, that people that will be there to help support you and be able to, I guess, have your back, not drag you down, because you're gonna get that no matter what, wherever you go. So just keep in mind of those things.
And trans people in general, we deserve to have love, we deserve to have friends, we deserve to have family, we deserve to have relationships. End of the story. It's that is that, point blank, period. We're people. People deserve that. That's what makes us people. You know, it's what makes us human. So don't forget that.